Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on the time zone. Now, Ruto left this country to the United States of America to have a discussion with Joe Biden, and this is an official state visit. There are issues they're going to discuss, of course, on the list there, about 5 issues. Number 1, economic prosperity, trade and investment. Number 2, defense cooperation. Number 3, democracy, governance and civilian security. Number 4, multilateral and regional issues. And number 5, health cooperation. Those are the issues on the list that Ruto is going to discuss. His entire delegate is going to have a conversation about the US president and the US government. But in this visit, there is something people are discussing here. Right from the time Ruto was escorted to the airport, it was clear that Ruto dumped Kenya presidential jet, Harambee 1. This is the jet he has always used. It was bought by the late president, second president, Daniel Toroitich arap Moi, 30 years ago, of course. So Moi used it, Kibaki used that jet, Uhuru Kenyatta, the prince, used the jet. But William Ruto decided that for his visit to US, he will not use the Harambee 1. Instead, he opted to use a chartered private jet, an aircraft that has been used by world's most rich, powerful, and mighty. This jet was hired all the way from Abu Dhabi, Royal Jet, and the jet is worth 100 million US dollar, or an equivalent of 13.1 billion Kenyan shillings if you want to buy one. Remember, Ruto has also told us that he need a new jet. They need a presidential jet, a new one. Will he be going for such? We don't know. Give it time. So, if you check that jet, it has a presidential suite complete with a conference room, a main office area, and a state room. So definitely, he's enjoying life. And the information emerging is that Kenyans are the one funding the hiring of that private jet.
That is the plane carrying President William Samoei Ruto. He's just landed here in Atlanta ahead of a busy schedule. Business meetings here in Atlanta, and later today he will be meeting Kenyans here in Atlanta at a business forum. And then tomorrow also more business meetings. Then he'll fly to Washington, D.C. We are part of the press entourage. We'll be covering the president's state visit from the beginning to the end, all the way to White House. Keep it Champs Media, and we are glad you are watching us right from here. Look at those flags in Atlanta.
So taxpayer is going to suffer to pay for this jet. And if you check on the cost of paying this jet, we are told 2 million per 2 hours. Every 2 hours you spend with this jet, you are paying 2 million. So flying from Kenya to, of course, Georgia is around 17 hours. And therefore, to from is going to cost around 200 million Kenyan shillings. That money according to what KTN report shared also, is going to be paid by you and me, our tax, the one that is going to cater for this flight. But looking at that, if you check on the diplomatic culture and the protocol, it demands that the hosting country should be responsible for the paying of the expenses, including lodging and travel for their guest. Therefore, going by that, US government should be the one paying all the expense of Ruto's travel to the US. But the report from the US Embassy is confirming that it is Kenyan government that is going to cater for every expense in this travel, but not the US government. So look at that. You know, it will be something else if it is the US government paying for the expense if Ruto will go for such kind of an expensive flight. You know, but now it is Kenyan government paying all this expense, which is against the diplomatic culture and protocol. Then you go for something expensive. So that's where we have reached, and we are continuing this particular discussion. But just a quick request for those who are watching and you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our returning subscribers, Master, thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and back to this discussion. Now, I look at this, then I remembered sometimes when the late president of Tanzania, John Pombe Magufuli, was traveling outside, he would use a commercial flight, just sit in business class, that is it. Then you look at the number of people he would travel with when they get out of the country, very lean number, maybe 4 people. The rest, kuna embassy huko, kuna watu huko wanafanya kwa office, they will do some of these jobs. But look at Ruto, you would see the entourage he had is huge. In fact, the capacity of that private jet is about 34 people. His delegation is huge at cost of taxpayers' money. They're going to sleep somewhere. They will be there for about a week. So you can imagine what you are going to pay for this visit. But above all, Ruto told Kenyans that we must live within our means. Looking on the expensive jet he went for, is that the meaning of living within our means? He told doctors, we will live within our means. In fact, use the word we must. It's a must. We live within our means. So going by the jet he went to hire, used by the rich, powerful, and might in the world, is that the meaning of living within our means? So I saw nurses challenging, because now nurses are on strike. I think clinicians or what? Even doctors. In their poster, they wrote there that William Ruto should live within my means. That means live within what I can afford to pay in terms of taxes. So the question is Ruto living within our means? Is he living and operating within what we can afford? Definitely no. We can't afford such. You can imagine just counting hours, how much he's going to pay. 200 million. Why not use a commercial flight and sit in the business class? Because he told us to live within our means. Then that is what we can afford as a country. Or what is the meaning of living within our means? We should not go beyond what we can afford. So taxpayer, you should see exactly how the money is being spent. There is a Kenya presidential jet, Harambee 1. Why not use that? Ama kama sio hiyo bus, mbona asitumia commercial one? So you had two options, either to use the Harambee 1, or if not, then use a commercial one. Akae kwa business class. Otherwise, unajua kifo inadhabara tu mtu mahali popote. Even the Iranian president just died. Kifo inadhabata mtu mahali popote. Hata kama ni ya kupangiwa, wakikupangia, my friend, it will come. But you can see, when you see this kind of, splashing the most expensive, life Ruto is showing, then you cannot tell people that there is problem in Kenya, that there was flood and we could not be able to manage, that people are suffering here in Kenya. It is very hard to convince the world. But hapo ndipo tulipo.